Okay, we have here the Diggs Alpha. Finally, it has arrived. Way back, you might have seen an ad on my channel for this luck. Pre-orders. Here it is. Here's our key. There's our bitting. Beautifully machined, all brass. Got a post hole in the middle there. Diggs logo on it. Very nice. And here is the lock itself. Comes in a nice box too, which is, as you can see, a solid lamp of brass. Here I have serial number 5. Obviously, it's got my fingerprints all over it already. Do need to give it a bit of a polish after you play with it. Here it is, back cover. Got 3 bolts here. Keyhole there. So, see if it'll work. First time. So you put in, turn to there, and then it will slide in. So the actual key itself moves. It is a bit stiff. Really probably needs some lube. He made it to very good tolerances, so it's kind of hard to slide it sometimes, but anyway, there we go. Yeah, it needs maybe a tiny sand or some lube. So let's. I'm not going to pick this today. No one's picked it yet. It hasn't really been out much yet, but it is like a wafer lever lock deal thing. So I'm going to take the back cover off. I have not fully gutted and disassembled this thing yet, so this will be an experience. I have gone as far as taking the cover off, and I have been informed that cutting this thing and putting it back together again is a bit of a pain, so be ready for that. Put these screws in one of my Diggs trays. That only seems appropriate. Right, back cover. Huge solid piece of brass. You can see all those machining lines in there. Lovely. So here is the inside. So you can sort of see how the mechanism works there. We've got these posts, and these are the 2 bolts that it interacts with. So there it would be latching these wafers into false gates. So if I push that back to normal, stick the key in on the other side, you can see when the key operates, it I guess it's like for halfway. It like sits and rests there, which is odd. And then if you lift it all the way up, then you can see all of those move out of the way and the bolt can slide. And that, yeah, it's a bit stiff. Now, to actually gut this thing any further, it's my understanding that I have to have the key out. I need it to slide all the way this way. But you can't do that. You sort of have to pick it. So I'm going to try and... Oh, we got it. All right, that's how you pick it open, is you use the big vice. Oh, Jesus, Diggs, you made this thing in pain to gut. All right, so now gonna have to do that in reverse to get it back together. Now that that's all the way out, there's a tiny, tiny gap there. This whole assembly should have put the whole thing in the freezer first. Or heated it up, one of the two. Oh. How far are we in? 25 minutes and I managed to pull the thing apart. Going to be some fast forwarding there. Alright, so here's our main body. You can see our main stumps there. You can see where I've put tension on and pushed the levers into the thing. I think this is going to be the only time I ever gut this thing. Alright, so we've got a plate here. Yay, nay. Alright, we've got a set of springs, which are very stiff. Means, and then we've got 1, 2, 3 wafers at the bottom. So, alright, let's lay these out. Let's call this bottom 1, 2, frame. Yep, just 3. Still close up on one of these, so that's what it looks like. Above and below, rests on one of those, you push it up and you don't overset too far. I doubt you'd ever push it up high enough to get in that other false gate, but that first one will certainly be effective. And you need to pick it twice to get it open. Right, so that's 1/2. So then we've got another spring pack. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Go like that. Key in, so that goes there. Oh, and then the whole thing travels, of course. Yeah, the whole thing slides back and forth. If it's got no things in it, that might not be terrible to do now. Oh god, the tolerance, it's too tight. I'm gonna try and I don't want to sand it, but I'm gonna try and sand it so it fits. Alright, how does this come out? That piece comes off the front. By the look of it, looks like there's a yep, there we go, just very tight in there. Alright, so there's that piece. Drops that down, there's our key. This rotating curtain bit. And the center post. And I believe that is all of the parts. Whew. Alright, so let's yeah, so it's got this bit, goes in here, that's what the key rests on that. Spins around nicely. So then there's this piece here, sits in like that. So there is where you want it to be to get at the levers. So that acts like a curtain, I guess. Yep. All right. This just retains the key when it's in the locked position. Sits on over the top. Press fits in. So now when it is unlocked, that won't pull out. Only when it is this way. All right. Also, it wouldn't anyway because the outer housing, but that's the inner ring. It's fine. All right, so let's yeah, slide these back in then. 1, 2, 3. Just check that they line up right. And turn it upside down. Not convinced that is right, actually. Top. Oh, did we put them in opposite order? Okay, that's the middle one. You the top one. Yep, that's what I did. Okay, so we can actually leave that there like that. So at the bottom, so 1, 2, 3, so that should be the top one. That logic. Yep. So these line up pretty good, I think. Do they? Once again, I think we've got that one and that bottom one around the wrong way again. How I managed that? Whatever. Did the same mistake. Thing's taking too long. Yeah, perfect. All right. So we need to take the key out because otherwise we can't put it together. So we have a spring pack here, which goes down like this. Don't think those springs need to be quite that strong. All right, that sits in like that. And then that sits in like that. And so if we hold those like that, oh, yeah, even pushing my fingers out, that's how strong they are. All right. All right, let's try and get this thing back in here. No, you know what? I'm going to, how am I going to do that? I might, all right, will that have helped? Who knows? Oh. It's kind of in. Oh, don't put it in upside down. I'll put it in upside down. Okay, let's take that back out. Dumbass. And that's the garbage truck, because this all took so long. Scratch that, but it's on the back, so you'd never see it anyway. Oh, okay. Goes in this way. So the keyway is at the bottom, but we've got to make sure we put this plate on. Oh, in it goes. And then, because we haven't got the key, we have to pick it locked again, which sucks. It's going to be even more annoying because why is this last post here? That really doesn't help. Can't use the vice detention open now, but at least it won't have that false gate cup. Yeah, well, I'm going to pick that closed off camera because I need a break. Woo! Alright, well, there's it back one position. So now I can demonstrate how to do this. So there we are. So we're trying to push it this way. So we'll use this front one now. Okay, so we start by moving the lever out of the way. Right, down one notch. Lever out of the way. Down two. Out of the way. Three. Now it does bend a little bit. Ideally I would have filed it more perfectly. Whatever. Lessons learned. We'll go there. It'd be easier if I had a fatter piece of metal, but this is what I had available. Alright, so that and that we can. There we go. Put that other notch. Oops, go right up. Got a screwdriver as a wedge now. Just slid off on one side. Redo this one. Turning it? No. Okay, so one more position. One, two, three. Oh, twisted. As you can see, this is still not a great solution. It would work if this was a much fatter piece of steel, but this was just what I had available that looked like it could fit, so that's what we're using. It's very nice, but the mechanism is a bit odd. That you've got to slide the key, and obviously the tolerances are too tight. it just doesn't work very well. And it is an absolute ungodly nightmare to gut and reassemble. So those are big negatives. But as far as looking at it on a shelf, it looks real nice. Difficult to pick. I think those springs are too strong. I don't think that adds any security. It just makes it a pain. Yeah, and also it's got this starting slot. If it's pushed over like that a little bit, then you can't get the key in. Obviously, if that was actually installed in a door, someone to come along and pushed it like that, you'd be getting constant, calls out to locksmiths. Why can't I get the key in? And it'd just be, pull it back and then the key will go. So that's a bit of a problem. But that's minor. So there you go. There's my thoughts on the Diggs Alpha. Ungodly nightmare to pick and gut. Helps if you make it tall. That would have saved me a bunch of time and probably some scratches. Ideally make it out of, if it was twice as thick, get double blank. 2 of them wedged together, that'd probably be better. Yeah, there you go.